Hello, welcome, Privet. Another video and another CRM we are going to set up. But the twist, as always in our videos, is that we're going to use a Upwork case study to set up the whole thing from scratch, right? Just the idea is to think through, plan out the architecture, and go through the steps, possibly at a higher level. But for some business logic, we will actually do the steps together. So hopefully you will learn along with me and you enjoy this video. Let's begin. So we have this project here, PipeDrive specialist for marketing agency. Okay, they are agency, yada yada yada. They need a PipeDrive specialist, and this is the scope of work. This is what concerns us, right? Configure a 7-stage sales pipeline. Okay, so these are the stages. Fair enough. Set up custom deal fields. So every deal should have these fields. All right, not bad. Set up lost deal reasons. Perfect. They have 6 predefined categories. So if a deal, suppose, just falls through, you would want to mark it as such, right? You want to flag it. Then they want to build Calendaly to PipeDrive integration using Zapier. New bookings should auto create a person and a deal in the correct pipeline stage with all form data mapped to the custom fields. Alright, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. So far, so good. Nothing that we cannot do for sure. Build Slack integrations via Zapier, stale lead alerts, 48-hour no activity. Alright, so if a lead using this criteria, right, goes stale, you want to send a notification on Slack. That can be done. Assignment notifications to team members, one deal alerts to ops channel. All right, and a weekly Monday pipeline digest. Okay, connect a Slack leads channel to PipeDrive, so forward messages or to create deals. Connect email inbox to PipeDrive for one-click deal creation. Connect email inbox to PipeDrive for one-click deal creation. Okay, I have not done this one before, but let's see, we'll explore. Set up internal PipeDrive automations, follow-up reminders when activities are logged. Configure this, test all automations. Okay, so this is something that's going to take at least a week, so week's worth of effort. You need to do everything very intricately. You need to think through a lot here and then just map it out and begin, right? All right, so first things first, right? This is what they are asking for. Configure a 7-stage sales pipeline. So these are the 7 stages, and this is exactly what we have done here. This is our PipeDrive account. Inside deals, I've come here and created 7 stages. So new lead is right here. Discovery call scheduled, discovery call completed, account audit, proposal closed, one, closed, lost. So we have our stages here. Now the next step is to add the custom fields, right? Because in the second scope, they're asking for custom data fields, and they want these fields here. Monthly ad spend, source channel, we are going to add them using data fields and my custom fields. Next scope, set up lost deal reasons. They have 6 predefined categories. We're not going to predefine 6 categories because honestly we don't have the categories, right? We are not really this project is not really a client, but just for the example's sake, what I've done is, and to show you guys how you can do it, is this. So when you click on a deal, right? No, actually, let me go back and click on a deal here, closed lost stage. So this is one of our deals with some sample data, and here if I click on lost, right, I can select a reason here. I only added 2 for now. Budget issues, not interested. I'm going to mark it not interested and mark it as lost. So unfortunately and hypothetically, this deal has been lost. And how you can set this is by coming to settings, navigate to settings, and then come to company settings. Here you will see all these tabs here. Currencies, you have to go to the lost reasons, and just add the reason here for uh, your lost deals. Super easy and pretty straightforward. Okay, so the next scope here, they're asking us to build Calendly to PipeDrive integration using Zapier, which basically means any new appointment, right, in Calendly should result in a auto creation of a person and a deal in the correct pipeline stage with all the form data mapped to current custom fields. Okay, so here's what we have done to make sure this happens, right? In Calendly, I have already set this. I've already set the flow up in Zapier, but we'll walk through the steps here. In Calendly, I'm using a form submission for now. So what happens is whenever someone creates a form, we get a record here, and this is our dummy record. Now I'm going to continue with this. What's happening is this record is giving us two things for now to use in the flow: first name, right, and the email address. For the sake of the example, this is all we need. I'm doing some formatting here because we need the variables. We need to separate the name and the email. So this is what we are doing here in this step. And the next step in PipeDrive, super straightforward. We're creating a person. That's the action event. And you're going to set everything up: person name, email address, and all the other values that you would need. So what would this do? Once you run this step runs, right, as output, it's going to give you this ID, which is 10 for this record, for this person, right? And this ID is going to help us create a new lead. We need that here because your new lead has to be associated with a person in your PipeDrive CRM. We are going to title it Calendly lead, name, and the ID. I feel titles should be unique, but it's not a really hard rule. You can go with any title, any generic one as well. Now using person ID, we created a new lead. I've already tested it out. It worked successfully. This is the data that we got from PipeDrive. New lead has been created. And what did this do? This gave us, so once you create the lead, right, you can associate it with a new deal subsequently. So in the next step, we create a new deal, similar similar attributes here, similar fields, new deal, you give it a title, then you give it open status, stage. I'm going to set it new lead, which is new lead here in this stage. That's the correct one, yep. And we're using a pipeline, consulting and agencies, same deal owner, associated person ID, okay. So the next step is create deal. What we have done is we have given it a similar title, like we did in create lead, right? And we set the stage to new lead. We have 7 stages, if you recall, right? But we need it to be new lead because this is something new that's entering the pipeline. And you give it, you assign the right pipeline, deal owner, so and so. Then you assign the associated person ID also, because again, you have to assign the ID. So what this does is you need to assign the ID from here. This is the ID. Make sure you do this, otherwise this flow is you're going to run into some issues here. Because why are we doing this? Because your deal has to be associated to someone in your CRM, right? So we assign the ID here and hit run. This works perfectly fine. I've already tested it out. Now let's look at so we are done till here, right? Next one is build Slack integration via Zapier. Stale alerts should perfecto. Okay, all right. So looking at the next scope here, they want a stale lead alert. Okay, 48 hours no activity. All right, so any deal that does not move to a next stage would ideally be a stale lead. That makes sense. Assignment notifications to team members, fair enough. Any new deal added, uh, changed, it should inform the team member. One deal alerts to the ops channel in Slack and a weekly Monday pipeline digest. All right, so I've set it up. Let me show you how that can be done. I'm going to go to my automations inside PipeDrive. Here, we don't really need Zapier. PipeDrive is going to help us with the stale deal alert. This is what the flow is going to look like. So you have to go to tools and apps and automations. Similar to Zapier, you can create a very nice flow here that will do the job. So this is what it does. Any deal updated, that's the trigger, right? Any deal in your PipeDrive in any stage, if it's updated, that is your trigger. So that starts the timer. Then delay for 48 hours, because 48 hours, if there is no change, if you look here, deal stage has not changed in 48 hours. So what that does, it sends a message on a Slack channel, which is our leads channel here, right here. We have all these channels. I've selected the leads one, and you can give all the information here. Stale deal alert, attachment. You can assign the deal owner ID and the owner name, because someone who owns the deal, they would want to be notified, right? We send a link deal as well. I think it sends a link, and pipeline stage also is sent. So that's your stale deal alert. Next is assignment notification to team members. We can do this in PipeDrive too. New lead, similar flow. You add any new deal is added, you send a Slack message in the right channel with the right attachment, which is basically your fields about the deal, right? And make sure you include deal contact person, because the person who for whom the deal has been assigned, they would want to know. And this is it. Pretty simple, right? Pretty straightforward. And this can be done again without Zapier. You do not need Zapier. Let me remind you guys again. Now next one is one deal alert to ops channel. This was super easy to implement. So when you add the Slack integration, right, you have to go to tools and apps, Slack, settings in Slack, right? In your integration, they already give you this alert. It's pre-built. Deals one. So what the bot will do is it will send an alert for the deals one in the right channel, whatever channel you select here. So we have selected ops, and that's it. Hit save. That takes care of your one deal alerts to the ops channel. Now the last one, a weekly Monday pipeline digest. Again, I think it's easier than it sounds. So for our sake, I created an example report here. There's not really much data to work with, but that's fine. We are not concerned with the data. We want to send this report. So what I will do is copy the link to this report, and I'm going to come to Zapier right here. Yes. So every week on a Monday, I've selected 10:30 a.m. They're going to send an email to the team with a weekly digest, or it can be just sent to one person, maybe the founder, the sales manager, whosoever. And just have to, in the email, you just have to send the link to the report saying, hey, this is a report, this is a weekly digest report from PipeDrive, and that should take care of it. But before doing this, you would want to spend some time inside Insights and creating a dashboard or a report. I think dashboard would make sense if you want a really high level view, but if you want a very drill down view of your data inside PipeDrive, the deals, the stages, the companies, person reports, this is a great way to do it. But you would want to spend some time here. This will take easily maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days to create, because you really need to understand what's happening, right? Okay. All right. So the next scope, it says connect a Slack leads channel to PipeDrive, so forwarded messages, auto create deals. I did not quite understand what this means or what they're trying to do here, so I'm going to skip this. But if the idea is to send a Slack message to create a deal automatically in PipeDrive, I don't think that happens. If it's possible, do let me know. I'd be curious about it. But moving on, connect email inbox to PipeDrive for one-click deal creation. Very straightforward, super easy with the Chrome extension. There are multiple ways to do it. There are 3 or 4 ways actually, but my preferred method is going for the Chrome extension. What it will do is inside your Gmail, right? Ideally, if you're logged in from Gmail, it will give you an option to add a sender, email sender as a new person, and it will also let you create a deal from that sender. So you can add a deal, you can move a deal, and if it's already linked to a person PipeDrive, their information will display over here. And then you can add a deal as well. If you want to create a new deal for the contact, right, you can just click on add a deal in the extension panel that you will see when you open Gmail. Hit save, and then it will go to the right stage. So pretty straightforward. You can add a lot of things here, manage your deals right from your Gmail. So we're not going to execute this, but this support document that PipeDrive has, PipeDrive Gmail add-on. If you search for it on Google, this will give you everything that you would need to set the extension up. Moving on, internal PipeDrive automations, follow-up reminders when activities are locked with no next step. We have already seen how you can set up automations in PipeDrive. We don't need to really build this out, but you guys would know. If you face any issues, leave a comment, I'll help you out. Configure 3 users with appropriate permission levels. This can be done from settings. Again, very straightforward. We don't need to do it. Test out all automations end to end and document what was built. We can do it if they were actually paying us, but since we're not getting paid for this one, it's only for this is only a learning exercise. We will skip this one as well. But coming to the juicy part, ideally a project like this, it will take easily 5 to 7 days, which they've correctly identified, and this should fetch you around $2,000, 2,000 USD. Pretty. That's a ballpark amount, but somewhere between 1,700 and 2,000 USD is a fair package. All right, guys. I have a bad throat, but I'll see you in the next video, hopefully with a not so bad throat next time. Until then, take care.